Is the education fees in Germany completely free? What kind of opportunities you can have if you have completed your law degree from Germany? And all of the questions related to this particular topic will be discussed in this particular video itself. Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well. This is Ananya and you're watching Lawpretation. So without wasting any further second, let us just get straight into this video. So another disclaimer that I want to put it in front of you people is that this video has been made by my research, right? So I have tried and researched the internet, I have searched few articles, I have searched places here and there, and finally I have compiled a few points that are in front of me, and I will be discussing all those things with you right now, right? So now finally, without wasting any further second, let's just get straight into the video. So first question is that can you actually pursue your law from Germany or not? So then let me tell you, it is absolutely possible. The best idea that whether you should go for this particular course or not should be that if at all you are planning to settle down in Germany, or you have a vision that you want to work in such a scenario where you will be dealing only and only with German clients, then in that case this will be a very good option, right? Now moving further with how the course is divided in the law schools in Germany. So you need to give at least 6 years of your time in completion of the law course. So the duration of the law course over there is 6 years, which is divided broadly into two parts. The first being the first 4 years, wherein you will be studying the law courses, right? You will be studying the theory courses, and then after those 4 years you will have to give an intermediary exam, which if you pass that exam, then you are eligible for your majors. This majors is basically your internship period or your skill set period. In this period, you have to work in the field, in the practical area for 2 years, wherein you will be using those theoretical knowledge that you gained in the previous 4 years in the field. And then after the completion of the internship, again you will have to give an exam, and then once you have cleared these exams, you have cleared those 6 years of your legal education, then you are eligible to become a lawyer in Germany, right? Now the next question is, can you work right after that? Then yes, if you have cleared the exams, if you have cleared the bar exams and everything, then you are eligible enough to work in Germany, right? Then the next question is that the most famous question rather is that whether the law school is free in Germany or whether the education is free in Germany or not. So let me tell you that this is a very famous notion that is going on internet, that education is free in Germany and you do not have to pay anything in Germany, so on and so forth. So let me tell you, education is not entirely free in Germany. अगर आपको ऐसा लगता है that you will buy tickets, एयरप्लेन की टिकट्स खरीद ली मैंने वीज़ा लगवा लिया जर्मनी का, मेरा यूनिवर्सिटी में एडमिशन हो गया, मैं सीधे गया और अब मैं जी 6 साल बैठ के फ्री में पढ़ाई करूँगा, तो ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. You need to pay a little fees, which I will just tell you how it is divided. But firstly, let us talk about this concept of free education. Now, जैसे इंडिया में you have public universities and you have private universities. Likewise in Germany as well, you have public universities and you have private universities. Okay. तो जैसे इंडिया में सीन है कि पब्लिक यूनिवर्सिटीज़ की जो फंडिंग है वो या तो सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट से आती है या स्टेट गवर्नमेंट से आती है, डिपेंडिंग अपॉन किस टाइप की यूनिवर्सिटी है। लाइकवाइज इन जर्मनी एज वेल, जो पब्लिक यूनिवर्सिटीज़ हैं उनकी जो फंडिंग है, उनको जो एड्स मिलते हैं वो गवर्नमेंट से मिलते हैं। Therefore, the education and especially the higher education is at a very subsidized rates. All right. तो इसका बेसिक मतलब क्या है कि जो ट्यूशन फीस है जर्मनी में वो फ्री होगी, बट देन अगेन इट डिपेंड्स ऑन यूनिवर्सिटी टू यूनिवर्सिटी. There are a few universities which will charge you a little amount of tuition fees if you are an international student and you will have to pay that. Then of course I told you that ये चीज़ें जो है ये यूनिवर्सिटी टू यूनिवर्सिटी सारी चीज़ें डिपेंड करती हैं, वेरी करती हैं. ऑलराइट. तो फिर नेक्स्ट पॉइंट ये आता है कि ट्यूशन फीस तो फ्री हो गया, बाकी की फीस का क्या? तो बाकी की फीस अगर हम बोले तो हम इसको एक ब्रॉड टर्म में वी कैन टर्म इट एज द सेमेस्टर कॉन्ट्रीब्यूशन. Now what is this semester contribution? Semester contribution is basically आप वहाँ रहोगे, आप वहाँ खाओगे, the food, the lodging and everything, जो overall development है यूनिवर्सिटी की, उसकी contribution आपको देनी पड़ेगी and that contribution is semester contribution. Then again the semester contribution will be different for German nationals and it will be different for international students. Of course international students को थोड़ा सा ज़्यादा amount इसमें देना पड़ता है. Alright. Then coming to the third point, importance of German language. Now this can be one question जो कुछ students के दिमाग में आ सकता है कि जर्मनी में जर्मन लैंग्वेज को लेके बहुत ज़्यादा स्ट्रिक्टनेस है, एक तरीके प्रमोट देयर लैंग्वेज टू अ वेरी ग्रेट एक्सटेंट. तो व्हाट अबाउट दो स्टूडेंट्स जिनको जर्मन लैंग्वेज बिल्कुल भी नहीं आती? कैन आर दो स्टूडेंट्स दे आर नॉट एलिजिबल फॉर दीज कोर्स? सो ऐसा नहीं है. देयर आर अ लॉट ऑफ यूनिवर्सिटीज जिनका जो कोर्स स्ट्रक्चर है स्पेसिफिकली जो ये प्रोफेशनल कोर्सेज हैं, they are formulated in English and you can obviously take part after giving your English exams या फिर producing your certificate that you have completed all of your high schooling in English itself, right? But then learning German becomes very very handy and important if you are at all planning to go to Germany. एक बेसिक नॉलेज ऑफ जर्मन लैंग्वेज बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी हो जाता है, बिकॉज वहाँ पर एक तो जो कॉमन लोग हैं वो आपस में प्रेफर करते हैं जर्मन में ही बात करना. देन अगर आपको एक नॉर्मल प्रैक्टिकल नॉलेज जानना है तो आपके लिए इट विल बिकम वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट दैट यू शुड नो दिस लैंग्वेज. देन ड्यूरिंग योर दोज 2 years of internship this particular language will become very very handy. So all in all what I am trying to say is that there is no compulsion, but it is very very important and advisable that you should learn this particular language if you want to go to Germany. Alright. Then fourth point is कि अगर आपको इंडिया वापस आना पड़ता है या फिर आप इंडिया वापस आ जाते हो लेकिन आपने अपनी जो लॉ डिग्री है वो जर्मनी से की है, तो फिर क्या अपॉर्चुनिटीज हैं जो इंडिया में आपको मिल सकती हैं? सो नाउ सी, इफ यू आर कमिंग बैक टू इंडिया, देन इन माय फ्रॉम माय पॉइंट ऑफ बेस्ट ऑप्शन फॉर यू वुड बी दैट इफ यू कैन एसोसिएट योरसेल्फ विद सच अ फर्म which deals with German clients. Because see, आप जर्मनी से होकर आए हो, आपने जर्मन लॉज पढ़े हैं, आपको वहाँ की जो पूरी की पूरी एथनोग्राफी है उसके बारे में बहुत अच्छे से आइडिया है एज कम्पेयर टू एनी अदर पर्सन हु इज सिटिंग बैक इन इंडिया. सो ऑब्वियसली you have a very very good edge, right? And therefore you should rather associate yourself with such a firm or with such a place which deals with German clients if you are planning to come back to India, right? Then what are the top universities? So top universities में you have LMU Munich, you have University of Hamburg, and you have Humboldt University. Now why am I saying that these are top universities? Because they are under the top 50 QS ranking. And अगर top 50 QS, and these are the top 3 universities that you can aim for in Germany. Then coming to the point that whether you should go for a public university or a private university, then वो बिल्कुल डिपेंड करता है आपके ऊपर. प्राइवेट यूनिवर्सिटीज में एडमिशन लेना कंपैरेटिवली इजी है एज कंपेयर टू पब्लिक यूनिवर्सिटीज में. आप बिल्कुल सेम फुटिंग पे इसको लेके चल सकते हो जैसे कि इंडिया में कॉलेजेस हैं जहाँ कि आपको पब्लिक यूनिवर्सिटीज़ में यू हैव टू गिव एंट्रेंस एग्जाम्स एंड देन यू हैव टू क्लियर दोज एग्जाम्स एंड देन मेरिट बेसिस पे आपको एडमिशन मिल जाता है. बट इन प्राइवेट यूनिवर्सिटीज़ जनरली द एडमिशन इज अ लिटिल ईजियर, राइट? सो लाइकवाइज जर्मनी में एग्जैक्ट सेम कॉन्सेप्ट है कि पब्लिक यूनिवर्सिटी में जो एडमिशन है वो थोड़ा सा डिफिकल्ट है as compared to private university. The employment rates or the unemployment rates in Germany are very very low. ठीक है? And then finally coming to my last part, that is what are the popular scholarships that are available. Then you have the DAAD scholarship, that is D8AD. You have Max Planck Society Research Scholarship, and you have Humboldt University Scholarship. Now these 3 scholarship mainly aim at research based scholarships. तो अगर if you are interested in LLM in Germany, then these scholarships will be very very handy to you all and you can actually make a very good use out of it. But अगर आपको graduation level पे जाना है तो भी I suppose you have that scholarship, though I'm not very sure of it. So for this I have a very good news for you all. DAAD की जो website है, you just go and refer to that website. These days, given the corona situation, given the COVID situation, they have introduced online sessions wherein you can book your slots and आपको जो भी questions हैं, जो भी queries हैं related to your education in Germany, they will be happy to help you out with all of that. So I think एक basic bird's eye view, एक basic information regarding your legal studies in Germany मैंने complete कर लिया है. अगर इससे ज़्यादा आपको कुछ और चीज़ें पूछनी हैं, कुछ और चीज़ें जाननी हैं, तो please do mention it in the comment section. I will try and answer. I make it a habit that at least I try and answer my comments to you all. So I will be very very happy to help. बाकी I hope कि ये वीडियो आपके थोड़े भी काम की हो और अगर ये आपके काम आई तो प्लीज़ 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 do subscribe to my channel. It will mean a lot to me. You have no idea about it. So till then, please take care of yourselves, stay safe and take care. Bye.